This is the Big O Show. 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 This is the Big O Show.
You know, I tell you guys all the time about Cutter's Edge Pro, man, and what they did with our backyard and made it a pure oasis. That's our Sylvester tree right there. A beautiful day, providing a ton of sunshine. We've got one exactly like this out in the front yard, and it is absolutely gorgeous. There's Bono hanging around on the artificial turf. What's up, Bono? What's the word, baby? There you go, wagging that little tail. Maiden, there she is. Ziggy. How you doing, Ziggy? There you go. So we got the doggies hanging out. So just want to give you a little, we got some of the trees starting off from this way with the artificial turf. You see, there's Ziggy again, of course. Got it all the way. And look, we got some flowers coming out. That tree now will start to also spring, and it's absolutely beautiful too. So got all that, they can do all kinds of things for you in your backyard to kind of make it an oasis, which is what we've done. And obviously the dogs can play. What's up, Bono? I got him there hanging out. Maiden, there she is. There she is, the one and only. She's mean as a skunk, by the way. Just want you to know. She's awesome with us, but I mean, if you're a stranger, you don't want to meet Maiden. So as you can see, and then the artificial turf, remember, there's no watering. There's no cutting the grass. It looks fabulous like this the entire time. You know what I'm saying? It's beautiful. Back here in this corner is where we put the barbecue. I wheel it out, cook, then I wheel it back in. See, looks beautiful, doesn't it? Flowers are coming out. It's awesome. And then when I want to play a little golf, there's my putting green down the side, which is a beautiful thing. There's one of the holes all the way to the other side where Bono is at. All lights up. It's really beautiful when it lights up. See, we got the rough. Got several. Got one on that side. Got one over there in the corner where Bono's leaving. Got rough all over the place, man. Just in case, you get the ball trapped in there. That's it. That's another swing. Right, Maiden? So, check it out, cuttersedgepro.com. Make your home an oasis. Make your business, your HOA complex, condominium, you name it, they got you, bro. They do it all. All right? Then cut your trees down, and the artificial turf, I swear by it. Really easy to maintain, and it looks just absolutely freaking beautiful. Cutter's Edge Pro. Right, Ziggy?
Welton Rayom has more than 62 years of litigation experience handling insurance disputes. They're committed to resolving even the toughest insurance claims quickly. Call them for a free consultation. 954-966-4646. At Welton Rayom, they don't get paid unless you win. property damage claims to your home, business, or condo as a result of a hurricane, Welton Rayom can help. Water, mold, fire, smoke damage, Welton Rayom can help. Call 954-966-4646.
So here we are. I wanted to show you the backyard again because we had some trouble last time, but you know, cuttersedgepro.com does some amazing stuff, and they're the boys and the girl. They're having fun. There we go. Right, Maiden? Right, Bono? There we go. They're having fun. I'm having fun. Look at our Sylvester palm. It is beautiful. We got another one in the front yard like that. You can take your home and landscaping to the next level. And the artificial turf, look at that. Look at that. The two dinosaurs going at it, huh? Look at that. Gotta love the dinosaurs. Look at them. They like to bite each other's legs. That's what they do. They play with each other and then they bite each other and they piss each other off. It's fun. One is Bono, which is the one farther away from you, and Maiden. She's the girl right here. She's a badass. That's for sure. So anyway, see the flowers are coming out. Very nice. cuttersedgepro.com, folks. This big tree there will start budding that I'm showing you there soon. It'll have all kinds of flowers. I'll post another video and I'll show it to you. This is a backyard where everybody gets to hang out. Over there in the corner there, I put the barbecue and cook. So that way it's the farthest away from the house, you know. If I light myself on fire or somebody else, we're out in the corner away from everybody. There you go. So you're getting some flowers coming out, which is a beautiful thing.
Your home for everything Heat.
They stand eye to eye with history, and they did not blink. The Heat are going to the NBA Finals.
Panthers.
The Florida Panthers are headed to the Stanley Cup Finals.
The Big O Radio Show goes deep on playoff coverage.
We don't care what the rest of the world is saying. We don't care who's criticizing who. You got to line up between these four lines, and let's figure this out.
The Big O Radio Show. The viewpoints, statements, or beliefs expressed on the following program by the host, guests, or callers are not necessarily the opinions of FantasyXS.com, Media Group Inc. ownership, management, sponsors, or website. When it comes to South Florida sports teams, very few in the media have witnessed, lived, and covered it like the Big O. Let's start the program dedicated to your favorite South Florida teams with a passion that's unmatched. The Big O Radio Show is on. Here's the Big O.
All right, there we go. All right, boys and girls, we're doing something a little different. You know, we're going to have a little fun. I know the game is still going on, so a lot of people will be watching the game, then they'll join us. Some of you may have both things going on, so I figured let's have a little fun. Unfortunately, just took a 3-2 deficit here. White Cloud ended up getting the damn goal. So, hey, but listen, we can't panic. The Panthers have been a team that has been able to the second goal they scored was with seconds left in the second period, and you went into intermission. So the Cats are never out of it. You know, Kachuk hit the post. Who else hit who hit the crossbar? And then Cousins had the double whammy right there in front of the goalie, and the goalie made a great save. Aiden Hill was terrific, and that stick save he made was just absolutely sick. So I'm here with you guys watching it, having some fun. on a Saturday night. This is not going to be one of these. I'm not going to be here for a couple of hours or anything like that. But I figure, listen, you're not going to get a lot of local coverage of the Panthers anywhere. So I figured I'd come on, have some fun. There's 9 minutes and 50 seconds left in the third. So we'll have a little fun. I'm not going to do any play-by-play because that would be illegal. We're not going to put the game on because that would be illegal. So, we're just going to have some fun, watch it, and hope everything, hope for the best here. There's plenty of time left. There's plenty of time to tie it, and there's plenty of time to win it. I love how they started. They were really aggressive early on. Vegas got their groove too, and so they've done their share and their damage. Obviously, they've been pressuring a lot. And one of the things that I don't like is that Vegas has delivered more hits in this game. And the Panthers need to pick that up for the next game. They need to drop the hammer on these guys a few times. I've seen the Panthers are the ones that have taken more hits. And, they're not backing down or anything like that. Obviously, look at the game. Oh, man, beautiful. Beautiful. So let's see what happens. Game 2 Monday, they're showing it now. And then games 3 and 4. And by the way, I was just telling my wife this. Can you imagine for those Panther fans that I see on television that are there in Vegas? That's got to be one of the coolest experiences because you think about it, there's a few destination cities. Okay, there's a couple of stadiums like Green Bay. No offense, folks in Wisconsin, you're terrific people. Nothing against, Green Bay, Wisconsin, but it's not really a city that you want to go hang out in. You know what I'm saying? It's a really small town. It's like 100,000 or something like that. It's a small town, so it's not really a bustling metropolis that has all kinds of things that you want to go to, but you want to go there because of Lambeau Field. Lambeau Field is one of the sacred stadiums and football grounds that we have in this country. So it's a bucket list for all of us, right? But when you go to New York City, doesn't matter what sport it is, you're going to have, a lot of fun because it's New York City. You go to LA. I love hanging out in LA. Okay. I don't know, living there, it looks like it's kind of rough in that state right now, but and especially with all the natural disaster stuff that goes on. Jesus, you guys have had some bad luck. But I love hanging out in LA. It's fun. You know what I'm saying? So whatever sport you go to hang out and you go watch the baseball game, the basketball game, the football game, the hockey game, the soccer match, whatever it is. Los Angeles is a great town. Miami is another one of those. Well, Vegas is the same, man. And I just can't imagine, especially a Panthers fan that has tickets to both games. So you're hanging out in Vegas for 4 or 5 days, having some fun, and then going to hockey games. And by the way, the hockey game starts at 5:00, which it's really smart. I bet you the baseball games, they're going to do the same thing. Remember, Cubs games were during the day for forever, for 100 years. And so then they finally added lights to Wrigley Field. It was the biggest thing. So in Vegas, you're probably going to have baseball games at 4 or 5:00. So that way, when they're done, you still have the nightlife to enjoy. And that's what they're doing there in Vegas. The games start at 5:00, 8:00 for us, 5:00 for them. It's done by 8. So by 8, you're out. You're already back on the strip. You're gambling. You're going to a show. You're going to, well, I doubt a concert, but, so many other things that you can do while you're there. Want to go to Fremont Street, whatever the hell you want to do. You know what I'm saying? So it's pretty cool. What an experience to be able to see your favorite hockey team in Vegas against the Knights. That's a cool experience. That's bucket list Studley stuff. That I would say that if anybody that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. I am Jacob is in the house. Go Cats. Green Lion says horrible timing. It's not about timing, bro. I'm not forcing anybody to join me. It's just a matter of getting the thing going, and people will join us along the way as the game ends, and we'll have some fun, and we'll talk about the game, and hopefully we'll get a win. There's 6:48 left right now. Game's not even over. Yep, that's right. Yeah. It's all right. It's all good. I totally understand it. I'm not trying to infringe on anyone's time to enjoy the game on the tube without me being in the middle of the way. I have no problem with that. For me, it's just a matter of getting it going and talking a little bit while before the game ends, and then we'll get everybody on and we'll get their reactions. By the way, it was nice to see that Inter Miami's changes of coaches, paid off against the DC United tonight as they lost 2-1. Things, of course, will change because that roster is so exceptional that they should be winning so much more. So not that I wish anything bad on the coach, and the Marlins, by the way, got ugly. They just scored their 4th goal of the night. Our Panthers are now in a hole. Uh-oh. Yeah, Stone got it out of wow. No, he trapped that puck in midair and brought it down and one time that thing. That's I don't think people realize it is so hard just to guide a puck with a stick, period. Because that thing is curved and all that good stuff. And to do what that guy just did, that's nuts, dude. That's a sick skill that these people have. They're reviewing it. I don't know exactly what they're reviewing here. It's a coaching challenge on high sticking. Okay. All right. So that's an illegal move? Let's see. Hold on. All right, they're talking about something along the normal angle of the shoulder. I see what they're saying. So they're giving him the goal. So he's keeping that at the normal angle. So it wasn't high enough. So unfortunately. Now after the game, there'll be plenty of people that'll get high, I'm sure, because I think weed is legal in Vegas. So there'll be plenty of people either celebrating or mellowing out and kind of depressed that they ended up losing. Wow, top shelf too, man. That was a hell of a goal by Stone. Holy shit, that was a hell of a goal. That was good. That was good. Sucks for us, but that was good. And to add insult to injury, Vegas Knights are on a power play. All right. Fantastic. Whoa. All right, folks. Now we know that it's the tide is turning in a negative direction. Now you're going to need the Panthers to come up with one hell of a comeback here just to tie it. I feel like I'm watching the last episode of Ted Lasso. I'm not going to say anything. I don't want to ruin anything for anybody out there. If you haven't seen the final episode of Ted Lasso, I don't want to ruin anything whatsoever. So, but just kind of interesting. That's all. Bobrovsky, by the way, it's almost like he's been solid today. It's you got to give them credit. Some of those goals have been just absolutely brutal to stop. Tua Time says, I need Panthers to win and Kachuk to get a point. Come on, boys. Panthers, I don't think are going to win Tua Time. That one's going to be tough. Let's try to see if they can get it to a tie first. And then, because there's only 5 minutes left. So we need the boys to find a way to get a tie right now. Maybe another shorthanded goal, like the first goal of the game, which really lifted the Panthers up. That shorthanded goal was like, holy shit, here we go. That was badass. I got a bad feeling about this game. Well, it's a little late for that bad feeling. They're already losing at that point. Big O, our defense has left Bob out to dry. Yeah, it hasn't been as good. You're right. Invincible. I'm worried Bob lost his rhythm. I don't think Bob was that bad today, bro. I really don't. He wasn't allowing any cheesy goals. So, Orlando is bad luck. Well, that's what my wife says. So that has nothing to do with the Panthers. Dennis Labor says, choke again. Only team that hasn't won the game 05. Hasn't won the game 05. I don't know what that means. That was crazy. Looks like the goal is under review. Yeah, no, right. Too long of a layoff? Nah, that's they came out, they were aggressive as hell from the get-go. They were out playing Vegas, early on. And you can't say there were, too long layoff when it's 2-2. And now's when they've pulled away. Vegas is a hell of a team, so it's only one game. Big O Knights getting power plays like candy. They have gotten a couple, yeah. But it hasn't been bad calls by the referees. It means the Panthers have never won a game in the Stanley Cup. Oh, okay. They've only been in it twice. And the first time around they had no business being in it. It's when you say that, it makes you sound like a dumbass, right? It makes you sound like an ignorant fool because you're actually using the record against a practically an expansion team that got to the Stanley Cup. An expansion team that was a goalie with really no goal scorers at all. Just a whole bunch of blue collar guys. There were no stud scorers on that team at all. Like Scott Mellenby was your best guy, a guy that could get maybe 20 goals for you. So to use that goal, that stat against them, I mean, give me a break, dude. It's ridiculous. It's ignorant. We'll see. Hopefully they'll win one here in this series. Hopefully they'll get over the hump and win the cup. But I'm certainly not holding anything against an expansion team that did a marvelous job just to get there. That Colorado team was so loaded. And, I mean, I covered that series. I was in the locker rooms for all of that back in the 90s. And I was actually that was my most enjoyable experience as a reporter. I've talked about it many times. Kachuk going to the locker room. Let's see. What do we got going on here? Well, things haven't gotten any better now if I'm watching Kachuk go to the damn locker room. Sounds like they gave Kachuk a misconduct, and he is out. So we'll tell you what it is. But I can't do both at the same time. Can't air this stuff. You know what I'm saying? So I gotta watch my P's and Q's when I lower this stuff. And I'm waiting for the announcement so then I can pass it on to you guys, which I know most of you are watching anyways. So you'll know it before me anyways. So I am waiting to see what the hell they're going to do. Hold on a second. The good thing is that the guys there in the booth who know a hell of a lot more than I do are also trying to figure it out. All right, so it's a 5-on-3 for a couple of seconds, and then we'll get a guy back, and then a power play as Kachuk is out for a couple of minutes, so pretty much done. This is over. Now we're gonna need like the miracle of all well, it's already a miracle. Everything that's kind of happened, right? So you never know. Does it happen again? I mean, these guys have pulled off one crazy win after another. This one would be absolutely amazing if they're able to do it, which, it's all right. The beauty of hockey is one game means absolutely nothing, and especially for this Panthers team that I'm sure will come back with plenty of fire in game 2. But right now, where we're at 3:39 right now in the game. Not good, ladies and gentlemen. Not good. Not good. How do the Panthers respond after possibly losing game 1? It's not a big deal, man. It's that's for people that worry and panic after one game. That's nothing. And it's not like a game that you got completely dominated. You had an opportunity. I mean, there's 3 goals, there's 3 opportunities to score goals in this game. So it's, the score could be completely different with a couple of shots. Who the hell hit the crossbar? Somebody help me out there. Who's the one that hit the crossbar? Kachuk hit it. He hit the pipe on the side. Somebody hit the crossbar. And then you had the Cousins thing right in front of the goalie where he got the stick. And then the rebound came to Cousins. And then the other player then made a save also at the same time, which was just absolutely crazy. And that was another opportunity there. It was really, this is one of those games where you can sit back and you can try to panic about it or overreact, but easily somebody could have also. Oh, it was Barkov. Yes, you are correct. It was Barkov that hit the crossbar. Sucks. Rise Taylor, thank you, sir, for the love on the super chat. Remember, you can also make a donation through Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. That is Cash Big O Show. We really appreciate it at Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. I'm a Dolphins, Heat, Marlins, and UF fan, but hockey, Vegas Golden Knight. In my lifetime, it takes 10 years from Miami to watch them, so never had a hockey team until Vegas. Oh, okay. All right. Cool. Not bad. So you're going to switch to the A's when they go to Vegas? But do you live in Vegas? Is that what you're saying? Sorry, but you didn't leave the Dolphins for the Raiders, or are you just or are you here in South Florida and you just want to inherit the Knights? Empty netter already, 5-2 already. Okay, in my lifetime, it takes 10 years for Miami to watch them, so never had a hockey team. Well, yes, no, the game's kind of been over already. The empty netter, you're already, once you're pulling the goalie, the super desperation moves are being made at this point. So what are you going to do? Yeah. Can't win them all, folks. You know what I'm saying? And I know it's kind of, this is kind of rough because the Heat lose game 1 against the Denver Nuggets. And so now you're kind of hoping, okay, pick me up, Panthers, pick me up. And then we got to wait a couple of nights, right? Because this was on Thursday. And so now we're waiting a couple of nights and we get to Saturday. And I think we were all kind of the same, right? The second you got up today, you were thinking about the Panthers game at night. That's how I was. I had to run some errands all over, some here at the house, some outside, all that kind of stuff. And the entire time I was just thinking, I can't wait to see the Panthers game. Can't wait to see the Panthers game. I'm really psyched because honestly, I have more hope for the Panthers to pull this off than I do the Heat. I think for the Heat to beat the Denver Nuggets, it would take an absolute miracle of all miracles. And it can happen, but I actually think the Panthers can beat the Vegas Knights. They're good enough that they can win this series. So tonight doesn't faze me because there were plenty of opportunities for the Panthers to capitalize. And I know a guy like Barkov and a guy like Kachuk and hell, Cousins has been a clutch guy all year. You know what I mean? These are opportunities, again, that I think if they have them, they're going to capitalize on them, and I think it's going to be a different game. Boys are fighting, man. They're trying there. 20 seconds left in the contest. All right, let's do this. Why don't you give me 30 to reset?
There's no need to drive around South Florida wasting valuable time looking for a new or certified pre-owned Acura. Go to the #1 volume sales dealership in the Southeast United States. Craig Zinn's Acura of Pembroke Pines. Purchase with pace and space in a dealership tailored to your needs. From home buying to providing that personal touch. Contact the 2020 Satisfaction Award winner Craig Zinn's Acura of Pembroke Pines. 888-776-5123. That's 888-776-5123. Or visit them at 15601 Pines Boulevard in Pembroke Pines.
Your home for everything Heat.
They stand eye to eye with history, and they did not blink. The Heat are going to the NBA Finals.
Panthers.
The Florida Panthers are heading to the Stanley Cup Final.
The Big O Radio Show goes deep on playoff coverage.
We don't care what the rest of the world is saying. We don't care who's criticizing who. You got to line up between these 4 lines, and let's figure this out.
The Big O Radio Show. The viewpoint, statements, or beliefs expressed on the following program by the host, guests, or callers are not necessarily the opinions of FantasyXS.com, Media Group Inc. ownership, management, sponsors, or website. When it comes to South Florida sports teams, very few in the media have witnessed, lived, and covered it like the Big O. Let's start the program dedicated to your favorite South Florida teams with a passion that's unmatched. The Big O Radio Show is on. Here's the Big O.
Gentlemen, I am sorry. Bad night for the Panthers as they end up losing 5-2 to the Vegas Knights. Kind of sucks. All right, game 1 goes this way. Let's see here. Just want to make sure I've got everything normal. All right. I'm not. I don't think Bob had a bad night, man. I think most of those shots, give them credit. Okay? Give them credit. The puck didn't bounce Miami's way, hitting the pipe twice, and Cousin not finishing it off. I Vegas did a better job of pressuring the Panthers. I would say in the second half of that second period, and a lot of the third, they were the better team. At times, I will give them that, and they won, man, and they deserve a ton of credit, and we should give the Vegas Knights a boatload of credit for playing well tonight. Panthers, I think, didn't get some breaks go their way, but this is not a game where I would be panicking, man. Kind of like the Heat game too. I don't care if I think Denver's better. Miami did not play well in that game. That they had wide open shots that they missed over and over and over again that they normally don't. And Butler was not aggressive at all, which was an absolute shocker for me considering it's the NBA Finals. So I didn't walk away from that loss with a lack of confidence. I'm not walking away from this loss at all with a lack of confidence. I think this is just one of those games that things kind of didn't go their way, but it's not one of those where I'm walking away going, "Oh my God, they're outmatched." Like I think the Heat are outmatched, and yet they had every opportunity to make that one hell of a game. True Fin fan, thank you for the love on the super chat. Says, what a difference from NBA floppers hooked, right? Yeah. You watch this. Yeah. And the beginning of that game, it looks like slap shot with Paul Newman. And for you youngins out there, if you haven't seen Slap Shot yet, you kind of should. It's, it's one of those sports movies that you kind of should check out because it's really the only hockey movie ever to watch that's like, funny and that kind of stuff. I think that's the only real funny hockey movie that everybody knows about, and it's iconic, which is Paul Newman's Slap Shot. Okay, so, but that's what it felt like at the beginning of that game with fights going all over the place. I'm thinking, dude, the Henson brothers are on the ice right now. And I got to tell you, I love the way the Panthers came out. They came out with a crap ton of fire. Rise says, born in the UK, grew up in Miami. I live in New Jersey now. Personally didn't feel that connection with the Panthers with their stadium being so far from Miami. I got you. Okay. Now that makes sense. Okay. Pulling Bob while down 2 goals was it's not a stupid decision. It's game's over, bro. I'm not doing that now. This is not one of those. This coach has done one hell of a job to get them where they're at right now. I don't think that's a fair criticism at all. John Murphy says they're going to need to play very physical. Exactly. Murphy, I'm with you. That's a great text right there. That's a great comment. I thought that today they took too many hits. I thought today Vegas did want to send a message and be physical, and they sent that message. And I think the Panthers, although early on the Panthers were they brought the hammer, but as the game wore on, it was the Vegas Knights every time. They were the ones that were slamming the Panthers into the glass. So John Murphy, you are 1,000% right. I'm with you there. The Panthers have got to pick it up in the next game. They've got to send a message that they're here to fight. You know what I'm saying? And maybe that will help you out a little bit too. But again, Barkov, hitting the crossbar or next time scoring. Kachuk, hitting the pipes or scoring next time. You know what I'm saying? Cousin, is Hill going to make that same amazing save with the stick? And maybe in that moment, Cousin goes higher instead of trying to just. Cousin didn't really put a lot of he didn't try to really fire it in there. And I guess he just wanted some touch and he wanted to go in easy. So he kind of gave the goalie a chance to get back into that play. But if he has, which he could have, I'm sure, because these guys are so skilled, if he could have fired it a little bit more, put a little more mustard on that thing, yeah, I think he scores. So that's why I can't sit here and panic about this game when I think they can come back and win, game 2. Let's see. Got outplayed. Got to get momentum. Let's go, Cats. That's it, bro. Dave is right. Got outplayed. That's the bottom line. But I don't think they're overmatched. I don't. I don't have time in my life to be addicted to another local team. Well, guess I better make space. The hockey game is addicting. Oh, God, come on, man. How do you not love playoff hockey? Playoff hockey is one of the greatest things out there, man. It just is. Playoff hockey is maybe the best playoff there is out of all of them. It is downright dirty, physical, brutal. Think about this. Outside of football, this is the sport that you're going to see some real hitting. You're going to see some fighting. You're going to see constant physical play. I mean, Ben Simmons cannot play. He can't even deal with this soft-ass NBA that you have now, right? Can you imagine putting him on the ice? Yeah. Let's see. Big O, the three Hansen brothers, greatest forward line ever. Oh, no doubt about it. No doubt about it. I'm not saying he's a bad coach. The decision was not smart. Pulling him while down 2 doesn't get you a tie. We weren't controlling, but you get another person on the ice, and things weren't going well. But if, you get a chance to score, all of a sudden, you can make a difference. So I don't mind. I've seen pulling the goalie and scoring. I've seen it make a difference. There's no doubt. I've seen it more with 1 goal, of course. But with 2 goals, what do you have to lose? You lost the game already. Who gives a shit if you lost 4-2 or 5-2? It's still a loss. It's still 0-1. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter if you lost 5-2 or 4-2 or 7-2. It's the same game. You lost. You're down 1-0. That's all. Not a big deal, bro. Don't overreact too much on that. The Heat will win tomorrow. I'll tell you what, true Finn fan, the Heat better win tomorrow. Listen, the bravado is really nice. The confidence from Jimmy Butler and everybody else, it's absolutely fantastic. And it's been one of the amazing rides to get here. They are severely overmatched. They don't have any room to F around, ladies and gentlemen. Okay? The Heat has no shot. Listen to me. I know how wacky all of this has been. If they lose tomorrow, they have no shot at winning this unless Jokic or Murray blow out their knees and they're out for the series and then they get the break of a lifetime. Then okay, fine. But if everybody's healthy, they have zero chance to win if they lose tomorrow. So, true Fin fan, they have no choice but to win tomorrow. They are not beating Denver 4 out of 5 games. There is no way in hell that they're doing that. I hate to say it. I love the Heat. I want them to win, but I'm not stupid and I'm not naive and I'm not lying to you guys. If you want to lie to yourselves, that's fine. And you want to act like, oh my God, Joe fan, anything can happen and all that bullshit, go ahead, knock yourselves out. But Denver's too good. They're too long, they're too big, they're too physical, and they are deadly. So the Miami Heat better win tomorrow. See, I'd like for the Panthers to win in game 2, but it's not the end of the world. I have faith that they can go back to Sunrise and win both games, whereas the Heat will not win both games against Denver at home. I don't really have a lot of faith in that. That's the difference. So if you lose this one, they're going to smell blood. They're going to go for the jugular when they get to Miami. And they're going to put you in a 3-1 or sweep you whole and put you in a position that it's going to be impossible to get out of. So the Miami Heat have to take, the Miami Heat have to take away the home court advantage tomorrow. Let's see what we got here. Pulling Bob could mess with Hunter. Do you watch hockey? That's done. That's a normal thing. That has nothing to do with you've got to be a real novice, bro. If you think that's going to mess with Bob's psyche pulling him, that's a thing you do to try to create an advantage. That's normal hockey, dude. Let's see. Completely agree with you on the Heat, Big O. They better, man. They better win. You know, tomorrow's huge for Miami. I mean, absolutely enormous. Bennett is too busy trying to hit guys and take cheap shots like he did in Calgary. This is why they got rid of him. He's now irrelevant out there. For the most part, no hands or scoring touch. Well, Bennett's been awesome here, and he's come through with some clutch scores. So he's had some big goals this season. I give Bennett a lot of credit, dude, and he's brought a lot of toughness to the team. Listen, the whole team needs to play better. But I'm not going to blame this loss on one guy or the guys got outplayed, and sometimes you just got to give, the other team, the benefit, not the benefit of the doubt, you just got to give them, their props, their flowers, or whatever the hell you want to use overall. Let's see. What was I going to do? Oh, yes. And by the way, let me read the stats for you. For those of you out there that are wondering, Duclair had a goal. Lindell had an assist. Stahl had a goal. That wraparound was really nice in the first goal of the night. That was sweet. Bob had 29 saves, gave up 4 goals. Eichel, by the way, had 2 assists for Vegas. Marchessault, former Panther. And props to Alan Poupart. Was it Thursday or Friday? No, Poupart's Friday. Poupart on Friday when we were at Hialeah Park, and I asked him, who's the guy you got to worry about, outside of Eichel, some of the obvious guys. He says, Jonathan Marchessault. He has been clutch, which is true. He has been clutch throughout the playoffs. And we had him, remember he was on the bench for Tampa, not playing much. Miami gets Jonathan Marchessault. He had, I want to say he went over 30 goals. And I think most of us were like freaking like depressed. What was it? Was it the expansion draft that they lost him? That they couldn't protect him or something because they had to protect something else? Or I forgot how the story went. But I think actually since didn't they make that list today of the misfits from whatever, the list of the guys that are still there from the expansion year, and Marchessault is there. So they got him from us. I forgot how the whole thing went, but clearly they were able to get him from us in the expansion draft, and that sucked. I don't know if it was a money thing. They only could pay a certain amount of guys. I forgot what the hell the scenario was now. Now I'm trying to remember why we lost him. But I do remember we were, most of us that follow the Panthers, we were disappointed in Marchessault, that we ended up losing that guy. Smith had the other goal along with Stone. Oh, that one was tough. And Stevenson had an assist along with McNabb. Theodore, by the way, a defenseman, had a goal and an assist in the game. And the other defenseman, Zach Whitecloud, also had a bone-crushing goal in the game. Hill, by the way, had 32 saves, overall. You got to pepper Hill more, and you got to score when you have the opportunities. That's something that they didn't do. And by the way, one of their 2 goals is a shorthanded goal, which is freaking amazing that they were able to get that shorthanded. Man, that shorthanded goal, that really, I'm sure those of us that are Panther fans, I'm sure you all were like, oh, this is awesome. That's fantastic. Oh, they're going to play like this. Do you think the rest of the period for the Panthers made them look sloppy? Carlos, they got outplayed, bro. Today, we have to sit here and say the Vegas Knights were the better team. They deserved to win. Defense didn't play well in front of Bob, okay? And they could not capitalize on all their opportunities. So you put that all together, and you got yourself a loss, 5-2. That's the way I'm gonna look at it. But nothing to panic about, nothing to be concerned about, man. Let's see how the next game plays out, and then we'll reassess, where the series is at. Let's both figure it out. He win tomorrow. He better win tomorrow. I know Spo's going to coach his ass off, but I need Jimmy to play his ass off. That's what I need tomorrow. I need Jimmy Butler to play his ass off. We also didn't think that he could win Game 7 in Boston. They did, and they got, Boston isn't, Denver's better than Boston, bro. Boston's got that choker thing in them. I called Golden Knights in 6 beforehand, and I'm sticking with that prediction, says Brett Dodger. Hunter Butler says Vegas took a lot of good players from around the league. Well, they've been a monster from the get-go. They've been a winning franchise, and they're constantly in the playoffs. Marvelous job. Second time in the finals now in 4 years. Freaking amazing, dude. Rest is always better. I agree. Ricky says it's all right. I don't know why everybody's getting the Florida Panthers are going to come. No doubt about it, Big O. Yeah, man. I'm not worried about that. I think the Panthers will be fine. Hang in there, folks. Okay. Panthers will rebound in a couple of nights. Tomorrow we will be on again. Okay. After the Miami Heat hopefully win in Denver. Let's hope that they can split the series in split the home games in Denver and take the home court advantage and, give them a little bit more breathing room, which is what they need. What they cannot do is go down 2-0. But we will join you after the game tomorrow. But for now, we bid you farewell. Enjoy your Saturday evening. We love you all. We'll see you tomorrow after the game. Same time, same place, same bat channel.
This is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show.